Hey guys, welcome back.
I wore pants today.
I'm proud of you for that.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. We don't video record these things. I don't care if you're fucking buck ass naked.
next time I'm just gonna yell I'm buck ass naked, and then you're gonna have to deal with it. And entire
I mean,
episode's just gonna be weird.
it's not like I can see you. Don't turn the video function on Skype.
I'll be like, free, free balling.
I know you're gonna say that.
Anyway, you know who else is free balling? Guts. Fuck yeah.
I was gonna say,
you know he's free balling
you
that.
talking like this is gonna make me go into a rage.
Nope.
Say a Berserk rage.
Oh!
This week we're talking about Berserk.
And everything
school.
is awful.
Old school Berserk.
Oh.
In other words, kicks you in the nads.
God, where do we start with this?
So, yay or nay?
Oh my god.
All right.
This
Let me
hurts.
explain this.
This hurts.
Let me explain this. The original. Okay, so before you give your answer, let me give a little bit of rundown on this series. This series, the old school one that was made in '97, ends at Guts' backstory. Like the first, I can't remember. It's like 20 some episodes. It ends on Guts' backstory. Like in the actual manga, it tells like just a little bit introducing Guts, and then it does a flashback for like 7 to like I don't even know, a crap ton of volumes.
Yeah. So we're talking about like it essentially what the show does is it goes, here's what's going on now, and then just jumps back in the past for the rest of 20 episodes.
Yup. And like it takes a while in the manga to get through his backstory. The backstory is fantastic, don't get me wrong, but anyways, the manga goes on for a lot longer than that.
This is one of the fucking worst endings I've ever seen to a show. I wanted to punch a hole through my screen.
'Cause you wanted more?
No, because I wanted the ending to not be garbage, and the ending was garbage. Oh
Okay,
my god.
so let's get back to it. Yes or no?
That's what makes it so hard, because like the first because like 20 episodes or 24 episodes,
Something like that, 24 or 26.
whatever, for like 22 episodes it was fantastic. And then the last 2 episodes shat the bed so fucking hard. I swear I woke up sick because of it. Like, those last 2 episodes made me so upset. I'm like, you could have done anything at that point. You could have just been like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna become a baker. Like, I would have been fine. Go with your baking scheme. But like, those final 2 episodes just shat on everything that was going on before it. None of it mattered.
What, the fact that Griffith just throws everything away?
No, the fact that Griffith, being a fucking potato, is like, sure, I'm just gonna sacrifice all these people that literally like, and like, why was there a need for Supernatural? That's what I don't understand. Like, there was no need for Supernatural there.
Because the actual main story outside of his backstory leads up to the whole idea behind like demons and shit.
Cool, you can have demons, you can have all that shit. You don't need to like throw them into a world of faces and then have like hand of faces with weird.
But the whole premise behind why that's a thing is because those are like the demon gods.
And then it got weird and rapey. I was just like,
oh yeah, it's super messed up.
Like, don't get me wrong, there's like, it gets rapey a couple times, but like,
let's put it like this. Berserk is a very, very, very dark anime.
There is a lot of blood.
Not just blood, but like a lot of just dark, dark parts to it.
I'm sorry, this has one of the most badass fucking lines I've ever heard any show come up with. He's like, I just killed 50 men. My blade has gotten dull from all this combat. Pray it kills you in one hit. Like, oh my god.
Guts is a badass. Like, just flat out. The thing that makes Guts awesome is he's a human. He's just a normal human.
Oh, I should say no because he's not.
Oh no, he is. Like okay, so the whole like Guts's backstory is just so riddled with the world wants him dead.
Yeah, I mean,
Like nobody wanted him. He was born from his mother got like hung and killed, and he got birthed from the dead corpse.
so yeah, that was cool. And then he got
Like I
taken in
said,
by somebody who got injured.
a band of mercenaries.
Well, specifically one of the leaders. And then the person who took him in got injured, and he was like freeloading off of Guts. And Guts was perfectly fine doing it because that's all Guts knew is like, I take sword smacking somebody in the face. That's fine. And he fucking almost got murdered in the middle of the night because the guy was like, you're not just my free ticket, you needed to die, like all this other crap, because, I don't know, he had some sort of existential crisis. So then Guts kills the man who was taking care of him, and then goes off, is like, I guess I'm just gonna go kill people as a mercenary now.
Not to mention,
That was a mouthful.
you mentioned very rapey in certain parts. The
Poor-
fact that
poor
his
Casca.
I'm talking about Guts. Was that not in the anime?
Guts getting all rapey?
No. Guts is like the person taking care of him sold Guts to one of the other mercenaries for the night.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, Guts is the one who got like raped raped at night.
I don't know about that one. Actually, I don't think they touched on that in the...
Oh yeah, that's in the manga. It was very, very disturbing.
Yeah, I think they skipped over that and just had it... They just skipped it to the
Which is
owner
one of
going
the
to kill him.
which is one of the reasons why Guts had no problems killing him.
They might have
Like,
touched on it or something, but I don't know how deep that went. I remember the Griffith thing, where Griffith sold his own body to try and like fund the war effort. And then Casca having her whole being a female on the battlefield thing
yeah.
multiple times.
And then at the very end with Griffith.
And yeah, I don't know. I thought it was fine. I just think the ending was like, you know what? We haven't got to the point where like everything's fucked, so we're just gonna have it like everything is fucked.
The anime doesn't go past like what happens after they leave that like fucked up realm, does it?
No, I mean, it shows you that he gets out, but it doesn't show you how he gets out. It doesn't show you that like there is no resolution in there. It's just like, oh, he's alive. Like none of it makes sense.
Yeah. Basically it the whole gist of it, like from the manga perspective, is like after he escapes, he finds his way to like some like blacksmith,
Okay,
and like Casca is complete, like her mind is just broken.
see,
Like imagine her brain just melted.
they don't go like in the show. They don't go back to Casca. Casca's like just gone. And Guts for some reason gets his arm torn off or something by a beast, and his eye like gets pierced or whatever. But you go back to him in like it goes back to him, and his arm is perfectly fine, but he still has a blown out eye. Like none of it like actually makes sense to what happened. So it's like, did things happen? Did things not happen? Like,
So the way the manga is like I believe the blacksmith like basically fixes up Guts or like helps him and stuff like that, and also like his big iconic giant ass sword is called the Dragon Slayer, and like the black like Guts needed a new weapon after that, and he's just like, oh well, what's this? Oh yeah, it's that's not actually like the blacksmith is just like, yeah, it's called the Dragon Slayer. It's not even really a sword. It's legitimately just a giant hunk of metal, and like Gus is just like, I'll take it.
But like, I don't know. I think that like the thing that messed with me the most, which is stupid because it shouldn't be the thing that messed with me the most because nothing about the last two fucking episodes made any lick of sense. But like he cuts off his own arm. Like he physically takes his broken sword, cuts off his own arm, and for some reason his arm is perfectly fine when we go back to him. Like,
Yeah, if I remember correctly, that's not his actual arm.
but it does nothing to explain it, and it just kind of like, I don't know. It either, I think it would have just been better if like we left it hanging with Guts being with Casca like leading this now ridiculously like slaughtered band of mercenaries, and then they're like, you know what, we might have another season, we might not, like, but just having it end like with the weird demon stuff, it just didn't make sense, and it didn't fit the theming of the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Because everything
Like,
up to that point was fairly realistic.
Yeah, I heard with the anime, like it's very like they had to rush a couple things and not explain a lot of things like as much as they should have. Cause like before they flash back to Guts like in present day, like I said, there is that in between time that explains like how his arm gets fixed up, like what like how he gets all of his armor and like weapons and everything, and like just kind of how he got to where he is. Like they actually had those parts, and why Casca's not up like with him anymore. Like Guts left her at the blacksmith place because from like her getting raped by Griffith actually impregnated her.
God.
Actually, if I remember correctly, that's not what happened. I believe she was already pregnant with Guts's kid.
I think that's the case because that was already a thing.
But what happened with that is since Griffith became a demon, his seed corrupted the child and made it into a demon.
Okay, none of that actually comes up in.
Yes, I know because all I know is that she does give birth to like a little like mutant demon thing, and like Guts wants to kill it because it's like it pains him to, because he realizes, hey, it is like technically mine, but it's not. So like he was gonna kill it, but then like Casca, like her only thing that she wants to do is protect this little thing, and like the rest of her mind is just broken.
Okay,
from everything that happened.
See, this is why I am like super struggling to recommend Berserk, because we have literally been talking for like 15 minutes about the ending, which is bad, right?
Yeah,
objectively, like I've seen like worst endings to shows, whatever. This is in the worst endings of anime or like shows in general on like 4 different lists. Like,
I wonder if the revival like of the show did better at it.
I'm not sure, but anyway, so like the thing is up to that point, it's really good.
Yeah, it was really good.
So like, Corcus being a fucking douche, like always after trying to get Guts losing to Griffith, and that whole power struggle eventually turning around, Casca, who originally only had eyes for Griffith starts falling for Guts. Like, there's a lot of stuff that goes on.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's a
And then
lot of stuff that goes on.
like Guts ends up leaving because like Griffith, he feels like Griffith doesn't need him anymore, and he wants to go like strengthen himself. And then
Guts
Griffith gets
cleaves Griffith's sword in half. Oh
yeah,
my
he like
god.
Griffith challenging him like, "Hey, don't leave. I need you here." And he's just like, "Well, we'll fight because like the condition was
That's how it
if
was
I
first, yeah.
yeah, the condition was if you could beat me, then you don't have to join." Guts ends up winning because like while Griffith was doing politics, Guts was fighting,
And
getting stronger.
Guts just fucking walks out. Oh my god, that was like the best. He's just like, nope, I'm fucking out. And Casca's like, what am I supposed to do? Fucking Griffith loses his mind, just goes in, sneaks into the princess's chamber, has a quick fuck, and then gets his ass caught. Like, oh my god, it was a train wreck all in like the same scene. Like,
Yeah, shit goes south fast.
which is really funny because like usually they're in some pretty deep shit, and then they just manage to just keep filtering their way back up to the top, and then all of a sudden Griffith and Guts are like, oh, this isn't okay, we're gonna fight each other again, and fucking all shit hits the fan.
Then it takes them like what was it, like a year to go rescue Griffith?
Oh yeah, it takes them a super long time, and Griffith is just,
Because they can't do it without Guts.
they can't do anything without Guts.
No, because Guts is amazing.
Guts is easily the most overpowered motherfucker.
Like, legitimately, as a regular human being, he kills 100 people at once on his own.
He fucking kills like a straight up. So they do key in on demons and like mythological crap, right? Because with
Because
what's
Guts
his
and
name?
Griffith team up.
Well, yeah, Guts and Griffith, but they fight that one guy, the Immortal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is
Yeah.
like they
So,
end
like-
up they team up to fight this guy.
So like they do hint on it, but like I just think that if it was more like in line with the story up until the ending, maybe, but like I
They
don't know.
hinted a little bit that like something like fucking demonic was up with that one like necklace Griffith had.
I mean, yeah, but like, okay, in between the necklace and the one guy who's the fucking immortal, like, turns into a werebeast, whatever, like, that's it for, like, supernatural bullshit. And then it just goes like, oh yeah, by the way, there are fucking demon gods, and you're just in the demon realm now, so, good luck with that.
Tough shit.
Tough titties, batch. So, oh. It's one of those that's like, you know what, just... I think it's one of those that's like, start watching it, watch it to a certain point, and then just stop. Like... like, trust me, whatever's in your imagination is better than what they put on the paper.
Or my recommendation, read the manga.
I could see that. I could see that.
Because like it explains a lot more.
See, I don't even think it was like the explaining necessarily. It was just that it just seemed...
It goes into more detail about the things that you've been complaining about.
Okay, well, yeah. But, I don't know. That's just me. So, something that I would normally be like, yes, 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 and more
No.
yes, turned into a meh, because the ending's just, eh. But of course I watched the show, so maybe just don't watch the show. Maybe just read the anime.
That or watch the show up to a certain point and then switch over to the manga.
Do it. just yeah, that'll work. I don't know. I've never actually tried that. I've never gone like from show to like written cartoon thing. Does that work well or no?
What do you mean? Like going from a show to reading?
Yeah, like I don't know how the transitions are with that, you know what I mean? Like I've got a feeling I'd be missing a lot from up to that point.
Not really. A lot of the times, the shows actually do a pretty decent job of following mangas, like especially shorter series. But when it comes to like the mainstream shit, Naruto is a huge offender of this filler.
Oh yeah.
Like, if a show has a super long runtime, there will be filler.
All right.
There's no getting around that, but like from normally if it's like if a show ranges in like the normal like a little over 20 episodes or so, there's generally no
Recording.
filler.
Yeah. No, I mean, see, it's not the filler that I'd be worried about. Is that like missing on some of the like huge drop like hints and stuff. You know,
Yeah,
that come
and
throughout.
it shouldn't be too big of an issue
Yeah.
with
But
a lot of things, but like yeah, it's just the reason why I'm saying like for this series do the manga is because it does go into what happens just after they leave that like the ending, and it explains a little more before it catches back up to Gus in current day.
that's fair.
Like that's what I'm saying with with this series. Like you'll be perfectly fine up to like, and then you would just like read that little bit, and then it hopefully would answer some questions.
Fair enough.
I actually need to get back into like reading more of the series. I started and then like I started it and like got just past the backstory, and I'm like, that was super long. I'm gonna take a little break from this.
That's fair. So, yeah, that's all I got for it.
So, yeah. Um, so anyways, do you have a suggestion for me, or are we just gonna make the next episode just kind of different?
Oh, do I have a suggestion for you? This
All
is
right.
this is a show that gave me all sorts of the weird feels
Oh God.
in all the right places.
Oh God.
Kakeguri.
Kakeguri.
Kakegurui.
Kakeguri. Oh, okay.
Oh, oh, how splendid things were going to be here on that day.
Oh, good lord.
Oh, you're gonna love me or you're gonna hate me. It's one of the two. Not allowed both. It's just,
Okay.
oh, I love it.
Okay, so tune in next time for that.
Yep, I warn you, it's gonna be fun.
Bye.